I almost started this talk in the wrong language, which is, I think, appropriate for today's topic. We're talking about going to school in your second language, which obviously in South African context is a massive thing. I don't have stats, but it's probably more easily, I don't know, let's guess, 75% of kids probably end up going to school in what is considered their second language. So this is part of our Gearing Up for School expert talk series, and we have Kassandra straight on here, the school principal, the very bilingual school principal of Trinity House, Little Falls.
Thank you for having me.
And Old Mutual is sponsoring these talks, which second year they're doing it, and it's absolutely lovely. So in the comments, I'll put links to their online calculators where you can figure out like how much to save towards your child's future education. So thank you very much for Old Mutual for sponsoring, and they can help you give your child the advantage too when it comes to the cost of education. So now we're going to dig into the second language thing. I'm quite bilingual, you're quite bilingual. It's been an absolute blessing in my life. I get to enjoy two cultures, two lots of jokes, two lots of books, two lots of interactions, and you know. But when it comes to school, there are these two kind of things that people want their kids to go to school in English because that's probably going to be the language that they need to be fluent in to work one day in the world or for future education. But then there's also a very strong arguments to be made for what they call moedertaal onderrig. You are being taught in your mother tongue when you're little. So you're the expert on this, and how do you navigate all of it? I'm just going to let you,
Awesome. Helen, it's always good to be on the show with you and just to have a chat around things that are quite close to my heart. You're right, I grew up in a home where bilingualism was a thing. Literally speaking Afrikaans to my dad and English to my mom, and English to my sisters and Afrikaans to my brothers. It's the weirdest thing.
My situation is very similar. Yes.
And research shows us that it's almost 80% of kids that go to school or get taught in a language that is not their home language.
Wow.
And you are right that it is absolutely the language of learning in the world, not even just in our country, right? So what we have found, and UNESCO actually shows, the research from them shows that you should not break down the mother tongue. It's all going to start in the mother tongue.
Yes.
Because when the mother tongue is strong, the foundation for learning languages is a lot easier because there's the context of having the vocab. So you need vocab, and I think what sometimes happens is as school teachers, we tell the parents, speak English at home. It will help strengthen the language. And it's actually been proven that that's not true.
It's fascinating.
It is incredibly fascinating. I remember as a young teacher saying that to parents because that's how we were taught and that's what we were told. But the thing is that it creates anxiety in their place of safety.
Okay.
So my home is a safe space, and if I'm used to speaking Afrikaans or Sesotho or whatever it is in my home, that is my safe language, my safe space. When I'm at school and I'm forced to speak a different language, anxiety comes along with that. So when I take that home and I'm forced to do it at home, I'm taking my anxiety with me, and then learning doesn't happen.
Yes.
So I mean, there's a lot of research that's been done around this. And the research really speaks to creating a place of safety. Kids, young kids especially, learn languages very easily.
Yes.
And once they have the vocab, reading for meaning becomes something that they can do easily. Because what you'll see a lot, and I think parents see this at school as well, especially parents that send their kids maybe to a school that's English and they speak Afrikaans or Zulu at home, when their kids are learning to read and write, they are learning the skills of decoding words. So they can decode and they can read and they can help themselves because they've been taught those skills. But if they can't relate it to something that they already understand, there's no reading for meaning.
Okay. So there's that little link missing in the learning process.
So I guess what I'm saying to parents and what I'm trying to encourage is that read aloud is so important. Even if it's for 5 minutes a day, even if it's in your mother tongue, so that they are hearing and they're building vocabulary. And if you can add a picture to that and talk to a picture, now you are building vocab based on something I can see, not only based on something I can hear. So that would be my biggest piece of advice for parents. You don't have to be proficient in the language that your child is learning. You just need to be consistent in what you're doing with them.
And so in your own language at home,
Yes.
And I have to say, I think South African children's book publishers have really woken up to this. In my time of publishing parenting magazines, I've seen so many books these days are available in pretty much all our languages. I can maybe even mention some of the publishers' names in the comments at the end. But you can actually get books now, and where maybe 25 years ago you couldn't. So now you can get Zulu books and Xhosa books. I'm very proud of that clip. So make a point of getting those and reading in those. And like you said, then the fact that your child's going to school in English doesn't mean that you have to read to them in English at home. You can, so very interesting.
Because I find what often happens with parents, there's anxiety around that as well.
Yes.
Maybe because they don't read so well in the other language.
Yeah.
And what we encourage is take a picture. I mean, we all have cell phones.
Yeah.
Pictures are everywhere. You can just walk out your front door and see a picture, and then start talking about what you see in English, if that's what your child is being taught.
Yes.
Because now you can create that association with, okay, I know what a tree is in Afrikaans. I could probably chat around that and then translate it to English so that my child can make the association. Because it's making the association that builds the vocab. And once they have vocab, it's so much easier to understand what I'm reading.
Yes.
Because then you put the skills and the vocab and all the associations together. And that's when reading for meaning becomes successful. And that's what we're trying to get towards, is reading for meaning. Not just reading because I can read or I can read fluently or, you know, that's all great. But if I can't take anything from it, I can't do anything with it. And little kids, like you said, they really have this. It's one of the most incredible things how children learn language in general. Like they can really handle that, and being in that kind of environment a lot better than we can. If you try and learn a new language as an adult, it's really a challenge. Like I know our sales and marketing manager Zoe did Zulu classes and. But if you put a 2-year-old, in a Zulu environment, no problem. And I think it's because it's social, right?
Yes.
And when I'm in a social setting, it's comfortable and it's safe. So I'm not being forced. I'm not being corrected. That's another thing. As parents, we want to correct everything our kids do wrong or say wrong. And I find that the overcorrection takes away the safety.
It shuts you down. So
if I could give a couple of tips, my tips would be, I remember when I was in school and I changed between English and Afrikaans schools my whole school career. And one thing a teacher said to my mom was, let her watch Seven de Laan.
That's the classic.
It was
it's
a classic thing, right? But it's so
so
easy now. Kids have access to tablets and iPads and phones, songs.
I've
heard my Afrikaans teacher at my school that works with the foundation phase kids. When you walk in there, they are singing all sorts of Afrikaans songs. And my Zulu teacher does the same. Because we're building vocab and we're building association. They put movement to the songs. So like touching my copy when I'm singing about my head or whatever. And the kids get to know it so easily. Games are a beautiful way of teaching kids. And it can be outside with a ball. It doesn't have to be anything special. It can really just be, I'm passing the ball to you and you have to say a word back to me or translate the word to me or what it is, what that kind of thing is.
Like skipping rhymes, those kinds of things. Wow, no, I think we need to get you back and we do this whole thing in Afrikaans and Baba.
As well. We hope that the Afrikaans is going to last.
But also hang on to your mother tongue because it is good for your child. And it's part of culture. So the songs and the rhymes and the games and all of those things are important. And at the moment, my daughter, my little one is in Germany studying there. And she says when people ask her what she misses, she says it's the people. And we're having this talk about diversity. This beautiful diversity that we have here. And it is so special and something to be celebrated and enjoyed. And
you love people in your home language. That's just how it is,
Yes. So embrace that and and the kids' brains can handle it. Trust the process. Thank you, Old Mutual. I'll be popping those links to the online calculators in the comments. And we've got more talks coming up. I think there are 2 more to go. Joy of Reading is one we're going to be doing in English as well coming up. And I'll let you know. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me.